The temperature is rising, but is your pet ready for the heat? We've got tail-wagging tips coming up.
And World Cup fever is taking over downtown Scranton. Whether you're a diehard fan or just love a great community event, this is one celebration you won't want to miss.
Sunshine, open water, and a whole new way to spend a summer day. We're taking you to one of Pennsylvania's coolest new summer destinations. PA Live starts right now.
I've got my local on. It's where I come from and where I belong. I've got my local on.
Good afternoon and welcome to the area's only lifestyle program, PA Live. I'm Tammy Blackwell.
I'm Chris Bohinski. Thank you for joining us today.
It is a hot day.
I hope you're inside right now in air conditioning, maybe poolside
Poolside,
with a melon cooler,
margarita,
something.
spritz.
Honestly.
Something to chill outside, but I'd rather this weather than it freezing cold outside. 100%.
Would you?
I would. I would.
I'm gonna take this clip and then I'm
use
gonna
it?
show you in winter.
I'd rather do winter than this. I'd rather be hot than cold. I would.
She has a sweater on any day of the year in the office.
You know what's so funny? Logan Westrope, our meteorologist, and I took a picture yesterday because I had my white blanket on in the office, and it was like, what, 98 degrees yesterday? It's cold in this building, no matter where you go.
Well, our building is going to be a lot more emptier after tomorrow, and today's show we are honoring our wonderful director here at 2022 News, Sandy Wisniewski. She is in our ear every day. This is from a bittersweet goodbye that happened yesterday right here in the PA Live kitchen. Alongside her is Brian Jenkins, who also is retiring later this month.
He is our new boss. And it's been so fun to get to know him over the few weeks that we've been able to hang out with him. And then shout out to Sandy. She puts up with all the crazy things that I've been doing.
41 years.
They got hired. I think I read or heard Mark say that they got hired the same day.
Same year.
Same year, yes, same year.
Yeah. Good
Congratulations
stuff
to
there.
them.
Yeah, so now hopefully Sandy at 3 o'clock will have something to tune into.
She might want a break from us.
Every day. We wish her the best of luck, and of course Brian too.
Maybe they'll check out a lie down club next. After that.
Listen, this is what we need here.
Because burned out Gen Zers and millennials in New York City are trading brunch reservations for blankets in the park at a free event called Club Rest Stop. Now, instead of checking off things on your to-do list, they want participants to unplug with sound baths, meditation, deep breathing, and yes, they're actually encouraging them to lie down and do absolutely nothing. Now, the movement is all about redefining what rest looks like, reminding people that recharging isn't lazy, it's actually essential. And some organizers say that even just 5 intentional minutes of quiet can make a big difference in helping us show up as our best selves.
Speaking of best selves, this is, I just cannot wait until it's over.
I don't know if this is really happening. I don't believe it yet.
The rumors. All we hear is Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. Are they getting married? Is it happening today? Is it happening tomorrow? Is it even happening this weekend? Is it happening at Madison Square Garden? Is it happening in New York? Is it happening in Cape Cod? Where is it happening? Is it happening?
That's the big question. Is it even happening? So basically,
I love them.
Everyone thinks it's happening because so many streets have been closed off. The police have been reportedly everywhere. There's a bunch of guest policies. There's no phone policy if there is going to be happening at a venue specifically. And a lot of people in New York have been hush-hush about things that are happening today and potentially tomorrow. So they think it might be happening.
Taylor, Travis, if you're watching.
They're not going to call us. But because of weddings, we know.
Congratulations if something's happening, and I'm sorry on behalf of the world that you don't have your privacy.
She's a celebrity.
I know, but it's like all of this. Let them get married.
You think so? Just let them get married?
Yes.
But she's like one of the biggest celebrities.
Everything
of course.
else is done in secrecy in her life. I cannot imagine.
You think so?
One bit of this wedding.
I feel like if
is truthful from the New York Post and everything they're reporting.
But I feel like if she wanted it to be like no one to talk about it, no one to know about it, I feel like she would have did it like somewhere like
That's why I think this is a ruse.
You think it's a fake?
Good for her.
But now I'm about to make Chris take his shoe off because somebody.
Really?
Yes, you are.
Take it off right now?
Yes, and I'm going to give you one of mine and take your other shoe off too. We're going to play the wedding shoe game because somebody up here is getting married. It is not me.
What am I? Wait, I give
So we're
you
gonna
these?
you could play this at your potential wedding. No, you take one, and we're gonna pull questions out of here, and then you hold it up as to who you think is the right answer, or like who you think. So it's gonna be like who's more likely to questions.
So normally you would do this with the bride and groom.
Yes, but I am
Okay.
not the bride.
Ooh.
Don't play. Don't play. Okay. First question. Who's more likely to forget what they just said mid-sentence? You.
Oh,
I do it all the
it
time.
literally happened 8 minutes ago
do it
in
all-
our office.
I literally do it.
Shout
all,
out Doug if you're
I
watching.
literally do it all the time.
Who's more likely to start a running joke that lasts the whole show?
He does it all the time.
Oh, you didn't see what I did. Another
That's a
inside
joke.
joke we have.
That's another joke. Okay, let's see. Who's more likely? I know it already. Who's more likely to accidentally say the wrong name on TV? I called
And
it.
she will do it with confidence. She will add syllables, add letters to someone's not
sorry.
only last name, their first name.
So sorry.
And she'll be like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?"
terrible at name.
And we have 3 guests that are about to be on the show. I cannot.
terrible.
You're introducing
Tracy,
them.
Eileen, Kurt.
Hey,
Because I checked
2 of them have the same name, so. Okay, who's most likely to go off script?
I think both. I think it depends on what it is.
Correct.
I think it definitely depends on what the segment is about. Let's see. Who's most likely to forget that they're on camera?
Both.
I say both of us. I forget that this is like our actual job that time.
Who's more likely to get distracted by something off camera? I was. I didn't want to say something mean, but
If somebody walks by, somebody laughs. I'm looking. My head's turning.
let's do a few more.
My head is turning. Oops, sorry. You can have that one. Who's most likely to exaggerate a story for entertainment value?
I know you're gonna say me, but I just have good stories. I have good stories.
He got a story for everything.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Who's most likely to keep laughing after the segment ends?
What? I think it
believe
depends.
people at home are gonna think it's me, but it's actually Tamanique.
Sorry.
Truly.
I'm sorry.
And that's an exaggeration.
I'm sorry. Who's most likely to miss the cue to wrap up a segment? I don't know.
She's done it every other day. Oh, Sandy.
Sandy in our ear, our director.
She just said both of us. Well, no, see, Sandy, and now I can be honest, because she's retiring. I don't miss them. I hear them. I just ignore them. Tamanique just doesn't listen to them.
It just depends. It depends what we're doing.
You all stick around and know more.
Oh, wait. Before
Oh.
we go to break, we have one more. There was one I want Sandy to pitch into in our ear.
What is this?
No, it's not this one. Who's most likely to send the control room into panic?
Oh, yeah,
like
that's
to
the
stress
last
them out.
one.
Who do you think it is? Don't, Sandy, don't say it yet. Who do you think it is out of us two? I think it low-key might be me. I think.
Honestly, I would say it depends on the minute.
What it is, what we're doing. Sandy,
Yeah.
what would you say?
Both of
She
us.
said both of us.
What is that? Oh, but you love us so much, and you can't imagine life without. Sandy is.
you.
She didn't say that.
Now we
Sandy,
can
we
go to
love you. You all stick around and help more with the show when we return.
ScrantonJamboree.com.
The biggest matches, the biggest cheers, the best place to watch it all. Let's dive in this sponsored segment.
Scranton is turning into one of the giantest, biggest parties packed with free fan zones, with a big screen, local entertainment, live music, and plenty of reasons to cheer. And if you still have no idea what we are talking about, take a look.
Get the most out of your World Cup experience with the Pennsylvania World Cup Fan Zone, presented by Visit PA. Join us in Scranton on July 4th, 5th, 18th, and 19th at Courthouse Square for the best soccer party in town. 5 huge screens, including a 13 by 29-foot screen on the main stage. Test your soccer skills. Let kids play in the Onvo Kids Zone. Try the LED soccer simulator. And make sure you visit the Michelob Ultra Beer Garden. Savor food truck favorites, or visit our area's great downtown bars and restaurants. Admission is free. For more information, go to visitnepa.org.
And now Kurt Kamani, Tracy Hart, and Eileen Soprani are here with a preview of how we can be a part of the upcoming assignment that starts literally this Saturday. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
And I remember when it was first announced that Scranton was going to be one of these host cities for these watch parties, everyone and their mother was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's right here in our backyard. So remind us actually, because we've seen a lot of hype, what it actually means over the 4 days where people are going to be descending on, downtown Scranton.
Absolutely. So Scranton is chosen as one of 3 Pennsylvania fan zones. And on the 4th, July 4th, 5th, 18th, and 19th, we're going to have a festival, huge party in downtown Scranton on Courthouse Square. Not only can you watch all of the World Cup action, there's going to be great entertainment, the Onvo Kids Zone, and my personal favorite, there's a Michelob Ultra Beer Garden right on North Washington Avenue, right in front of a federal courthouse. So you're welcome, Scranton.
You're welcome, Scranton. Now, we're one of 3 cities to host the kind of like the playoffs rounds of everything. Why was it so important to bring it to our city?
Well, so Pittsburgh and Reading are the other 2 cities, so we're really excited. It really says a lot about Scranton and Lackawanna County, and that we're really great hosts. We just hosted the Big Boy that was here, so we're really excited to have it here. It'll be so phenomenal for our economy downtown. And for all the residents to have such a phenomenal free event that's great for families, it's really exciting for us.
So Tracy, let's talk now logistics. We see the times, we see the hours. What is happening when we come first thing at 11 a.m. or 2 p.m.? Do we have to be there all day? Where are we parking? Like, are we bringing the family? Are we coming alone? Is it, do we have to bring chairs?
Bring chairs, yes, please. We do have parking available in numerous Scranton garages. If you want to come with your friends or by yourself or bring your entire family, it's great. We have a lot of family-friendly activities, but it's really fantastic just to come with your friends with a chair, a blanket, and sit and watch. There's going to be fantastic matches that are playing those days, so it's going to be very entertaining.
And of course, like, social media went abuzz when it was announced that Tonic was coming and Hanson and the Taylor Swift tribute band. Do we need tickets to see those artists?
It's all free. No, everything's free. We've actually even been fielding phone calls from people in Canada that are looking to travel to come and watch the matches, see some of the entertainment. So it's going to be really fantastic.
And on your logistic questions, there's 7 parking garages in downtown, and the University of Scranton and Lackawanna College both generously allowed us to use their parking. So there is plenty of parking. It's in walking distance to get to the fan zone, so it'll be really easy to come on down.
Yeah. Now, in terms of also too, like, I know some people on social media has likened this to the area like where La Festa is. Things like that we know. Because there are these big headliners, are there things that like we can and cannot bring in terms of like umbrellas, or can we not bring this or that?
So all of these logistical questions, go to visitnepa.org. Know the things before you go. So you can bring your own chair, you can bring a small bag or a purse, there's no backpacks, common sense things to go to a large event. And it's going to be in the footprint of La Festa. All 4 streets are shut down around Courthouse Square. Great entertainment. On the 4th, you guys were talking about Taylor Swift. We have Cruel Summer, the Taylor Swift cover band. On the 5th, we have an international flair with Echo del Sur and the Wankers, which works out great.
Which works perfectly with the match that's going to be later.
Mexico is playing England, so we hope to have a great crowd there. And then, like you were talking about, on the 18th, we have Hanson, and then Tonic on the 19th.
Yeah, so exciting. Follow along on social media. I'm sure your Facebook and wherever you get your news is getting bombarded with all things downtown Scranton over those 4 days. So, guys, we so appreciate you joining us.
Thank
Well,
you
thank
very
you
much.
for having us.
Yeah, hope to see you there.
Absolutely, and thanks again to Pennsylvania World Cup Fan Zone Scranton for sponsoring that segment. More with the show when we return.
The following portion of PA Live is sponsored by BCI Retail.
They're the area's largest selection of quality pet supplies. You can visit them in Hazleton or on social media to learn more. Carol is back with Waylon today, the little adoptable furry puppy from the SPCA of Luzerne County. Carol, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Talk to us about Waylon.
This is Waylon. We believe he came in as a stray, but we believe him to be very young. He has really nice white teeth. He has clear eyes, probably about 1 to 3 years old, if that. He knows basic commands. He loves everyone he meets. He was just at our motorcycle run with other dogs and people and kids, and I think he'd make a really good family pet.
How do we prep our home for a puppy?
A puppy, well, he loves to chew, so get some chew toys.
Okay.
Crate him. We do recommend crate training.
He became a statue when you said that. He's like, I want to show them that I'm going to be good.
He is. He knows sit. So you sit, maybe not, but he does know his commands, and he's very well mannered. He's just still a puppy, so he's a lab mix, and he'd make a really good family pet. Kids, everybody.
It is very hot outside. We keep talking about it. That's all you see all over. How do we make sure we're keeping our pets safe during this heat?
Keep them in as much as you can. Let them out for potty breaks. Make sure they have fresh water, air conditioning. Obviously try not to take them anywhere. Even coming here, I had to go out, start the car, make sure the air was on before I even put him in the car. And that's an 8-minute drive. So you just have to be extra careful. Same with kids. Kids and animals don't have a voice. We need to be their voice, and we need to look out for them.
And now Waylon is sitting so nicely because, yeah.
You said his name.
You know your name, Waylon? Yeah. Good boy. Also, too, something that's coming up sooner than later, the Purse Bingo.
Yes, so our designer purse bingo is Sunday, August 23rd, and it's going to be at Mohegan, Pennsylvania, the casino this year. Doors open at 12, bingo is at 1:30, and you can get your tickets online or you can come in with them, talk to Nancy, she'll get you set up. We have tables of 10, we have single seating, so
Always a
get your
sellout,
friends.
so get your tickets now.
It is always a sellout, so definitely get your tickets.
Waylon is 2 years old, right? He's a puppy. Do you recommend we not have any other pets in the house?
No, he loves other animals. He seemed to do well at the event on Sunday because he is so young that he gets in play mode. So other dogs would be okay after a proper meet and greet.
He's just the cutest.
Show him your little face, though.
He has a nice Americana
He's ready.
Bandana on. And of course, it's super easy if you wanted to apply for Waylon or any one of his friends. All you have to do is go to their website, fill out that application. Within about 2 days, you get notification if you were approved or not. And then once you're approved, you can go into the SPCA, and then you can go home with any animal. So maybe you think, oh, Waylon's the one for me, but then you go there and someone else jumps in your lap and shows you maybe a different sort of love. So Carol and Waylon, we so appreciate you joining us, and happy 4th.
Thank you, and enjoy your weekend.
The previous portion of PA Live has been sponsored by BCI Retail.
I got my local on.
There's something about a day on the water that makes summer feel complete. So grab your sunglasses, feel the breeze, and get ready to make some waves as we explore one of Pennsylvania's newest summer attractions. We're on the go at Lake Wallenpaupack.
If you are wondering why I am in the middle of the lake, do not worry. And if you're also wondering where in the world am I am still in PA. I am at Lake Wallenpaupack, the summer tiki cruises with Jamie. Jamie, thank you so much for welcoming on this super fun excursion here in PA.
Thank you so much.
So tell us, we're on the tiki cruise boat. Tell us about this boat and the different types of cruise that you guys offer for us to be able to experience and enjoy this summer.
Okay, so the boat is kept on Silver Birches Resort property. We are partnering up with Pocono Action Sports to offer this to our hotel guests. They have some cruises out there. They have a family swim, they have an adult only swim, they have trivia cruise, they have a sunset cruise, and you can book any of those online and then catch the boat here at Silver Birches Resort.
And the boat runs every day. It runs daily, so there's really no reason why you shouldn't be out here. It's the perfect way to enhance your summer experience. When you think about summer, you think about the beaches, the pools, the lakes. You think about, honestly, just being in water, and that's why we had to come out to Lake Wallenpaupack. Why do you think this is such a great way to enhance your summer experience when you come stay at Silver Birches?
I think that the people that come to visit and stay don't have boats here, and they don't have an opportunity to get out on the lake. There's not many much shoreline for them to do any swims or anything like that. So it's a good way for people to get out on boats and experience the middle of the lake versus the shoreline of the lake.
I think what's also really neat too about the TV cruises is that you don't have to stay at Silver Birches Resort to enjoy this. It's literally open to any and everybody. So if you're wanting something fun to do in the summer, if you're wanting to get on the water, but you don't want to necessarily feel like you're taking like a long drive, you can just come here and just hang out. It's open to literally anybody that wants to get out on the water. And we get to, when you are on the boat, you get to experience 1/3 of the lake. It's absolutely gorgeous on here. And the cruises, like she said, there's different types of cruises for you to be able to experience and enjoy. One specifically that is really, really fun way to explore Silver Birches and Lake Wallenpaupack is on July 18th, you guys are celebrating 100 years of the lake. Tell us about this upcoming festival.
Yeah, so the 100th birthday of the lake is going to be July 18th. We have live music planned. It will be Step and Eddie is going to be playing for us that day, and it's just going to be a big party on the lake celebrating the 100th birthday.
Speaking of the party, even if you don't come on that day, there's karaoke on the cruise, regardless which one you decide to take. But also one really neat thing too is you're probably wondering, well, what am I going to eat while I'm out on the lake? You guys get to choose from selected pre-packaged food and beverage items from TJ's, which is literally steps away. Tell us about what we have here, because this is only a few of the options. You guys only have a ton more for us to be able to choose from.
Yeah, so Ron, our executive chef, prepares these meals for you to be able to take to go. There's a salmon Caesar salad, there's a cold fried chicken, shrimp cocktail, and then we have an Italian hero.
What is your favorite? Maybe not even just out of the ones that we have here, but out of the extensive menu that we are able to bring on board.
Probably the salmon Caesar salad. That's probably my favorite, yeah.
Well, then can we try it?
Of course.
I'll have you do this one because that one's your fave. I am a fried chicken girly. I'm going to give this one a try. I call myself like the uncertified user.
Okay.
the perfect way to enjoy your summer tiki cruise is with some fried chicken, some salmon, some coleslaw here. Absolutely amazing. One more time, remind us how we can get our tickets so we can come and explore the tiki cruise ourselves.
You can go on Pocono Action Sports. They have a link on several different places. I believe we have a link as well. And then you just book a cruise from there.
In addition to it being open to the public, you can also come and enjoy their live music every weekend. There's games, there's pools for you to enjoy. There's so much stuff you can do in addition to the tiki cruise. So if you haven't already, head to their website and get your tickets because this is the perfect way to spend your summer.
That was our next stop on the Go. Now, whether it's a hidden gem, a seasonal must-see, or a local favorite worth revisiting, we are exploring the places that make our area unique. So be sure to join us next time as we hit the road and discover another great destination right here in our backyard. And if you know any places we should go, send us a message on Facebook and they might just be featured next. Now, we have to take a quick break, but when we come back, Neil Caizo joins us on the couch, so don't go anywhere.
The following segment has been sponsored by Neil Caizo Publications. Today we're highlighting a special community event bringing together local authors and artists right here in downtown Wilkes-Barre, hosted at B'nai B'rith Senior Citizens Building. This free meet and greet celebrates creativity, storytelling, and collection and connection, especially for our senior community. With published authors, award-winning talent like Bob Heim, and local artists all under one roof, it's a day designed to inspire and remind everyone that you absolutely count. Neil Caizo and Debbie E. Frederick join us now with more. Guys, thanks so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Thank you. Neil, you were here the last time.
Yes, I was.
But for someone who might be unfamiliar with your book, give us the Cliff Notes version of what your book is about.
Well, basically, it's a sort of an autobiography. It starts off that way, but it's so much more than that, and that's more of what I want to talk about. It's about things that trouble the world today. It's about the things that happen to people in high school, for instance, where started for me anyway. It's about suicide. It's about alcoholism in the family and how it affects the other people in the family.
It's about how you overcome all of that.
There's so much in this world that we need to overcome in order to live a decent life.
Yeah, it's once lost but now found. And a new face to PA Live, Debbie.
Hi.
Talk to us about your books.
My book chronicles my husband and I, how we met, how we fell in love, and we were married in a prison, and we're still waiting on his release.
Wow.
Very exciting.
And we're able to come meet you, learn both of your stories at your upcoming event, but we're also able to see artwork as well. Tell us about your event that's coming up.
Well, Neil has gotten this under birth, I would call it that, because it's been quite an adventure for me.
Yeah.
And there will be artists there, a couple of my friends who do diamond art. It's very pretty, and they do it on the cover of books. Anything that you would want to have it done, a picture, a freestanding, and it's more than art. It's gorgeous. It's beauty.
Yeah, and it's also tying in together another reason that is bringing so many people together through literature and through books.
And they do journals, right?
Yes.
Debbie, they do journal covers if you want. They also do 12 by 12s.
Yeah.
They can frame their artwork for you for an additional fee. And by the way, when you come, we're doing signatures on all our stuff for free, no charge.
Look at that.
Some places you go to, they charge you $20 just for the signature.
But when they purchase something, a portion of the proceeds go towards a specific charity.
Correct. We're donating 10% of all proceeds, and we're also asking if you have an extra $1 or $2 when you come in the door to drop, there'll be a bottle there to drop it in there to Happy Tales, a no-kill shelter out of Nowanda, because we believe in no-kill shelters.
Yeah, such a beautiful way to not only help highlight these local authors and artists, but also to give back to the community in that way. And for the event, it spans the whole day. So if you're a morning person, if you're a more afternoon person, come and chat with everyone.
And it's air conditioned.
Oh, look at that.
Perfect in the summer heat.
We also have a lady who makes her own jewelry.
Yes,
it's quite beautiful,
that's
handmade.
right.
She takes
Custom.
old stones and old pieces and puts together beautiful work.
So you guys are literally
custom stuff.
guaranteed to leave the event happy and fulfilled from giving back and supporting and meeting all the local artists. Guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, thank you for having
Mark
us.
your calendars, Saturday,
Yes.
July 11th.
See
All
you
the
then.
information will be found on our website, of course, 2822news.com. And thanks again to Neil Caiazzo Publications for sponsoring this conversation. Welcome back. Ready for some inspiration for your week?
We are so honored to exclusively share with you these sounds.
Take a listen.
Who sent this?
So this is 94 years young Joan Wood. She is the great aunt of the family who is renovating the Metcalf Mansion in Tunkhannock. You may remember, Tamanique, I was there as Pinecone the Elf at Christmas time. Well, we're told that Aunt Joan has not played the piano for 8 years.
Wow.
But everything just came back to her the
Like a
minute she sat
bicycle.
down on the piano bench. We're told that Joan is loved and admired by everyone she comes in contact with. And fun fact, Joan's family shared with us that she actually had to quit school growing up to take care of younger siblings. And then at age 70, she got her GED.
Oh, congratulations!
Another fun fact, the piano that she's playing was lovingly donated to the Metcalf Mansion by Mark and Nancy Weber of Tunkhannock, just one of the families that have donated memorabilia to that restoration there. So
that's pretty neat.
94 years young, Joan Wood, thank you for your inspiration today and always.
That's sick. I played the piano for 1 semester in high school.
She's played it for 94 years.
But that's crazy to not have played it for 8 years and be able to come right back and be able to do it.
Happy for her.
No, honestly.
Now let's check in with our friend Nick Miles.
The most important part of buying a brand new car is still the test drive, and some dealers are now stretching that to 48 hours, and that's homework worth doing.
Americans now research cars for weeks online. They compare prices, payments, safety features, reviews, fuel economy, charging speeds, and cargo space before they ever touch a door handle. But after all that digital homework, one question still has to be answered in the real world. Does this vehicle actually fit your life?
CDK Global says that 91% of new car buyers are still taking test drives, and no, the internet actually hasn't killed the steering wheel.
That matters because car buying is no longer a small decision. Kelley Blue Book says the average new car price recently jumped to just under $50,000. At that price, a quick loop around the block is not enough. That's not buying a sandwich, that's buying a machine which you have to live with for years.
Now, the old test drive was 15 minutes on a tidy route with some stranger sitting next to you explaining how the glove box worked. Not exactly scientific.
For decades, that dealership test drive followed a familiar script. Turn right out of the lot, drive a few blocks, maybe touch the highway, and then return before you've discovered the real problems. Awkward phone menus, tight parking, poor visibility, uncomfortable seats, or the deeply personal tragedy of cup holders that cannot hold a coffee cup.
The team at Mini of Portland is trying something a little more useful. They're now allowing car shoppers to take a car home for 48 hours.
The idea is simple. Mini ownership is often emotional, but size and lifestyle still matter. A short drive can show whether a Mini feels fun. 2 days can show whether it works for commuting, parking, shopping, family life, pets, cargo, and the 1,000 small annoyances that only appear after a salesperson has gone quiet.
People don't live where you test drive a car on those routes. They live in traffic, they live in downtowns, they live in suburbia with kids and dogs and with regrettable drive-through decisions. And this is what the old test drive missed, the boring stuff, which is annoyingly the important stuff.
Cox Automotive found only 7% of buyers completed the entire car buying process fully online. That means most shoppers still want some in-person experience. Not because they hate technology, but because you cannot feel seats, comfort, judge visibility, load dogs, or test a parking camera through a spreadsheet.
Any car can make you fall in love after 15 minutes, but the question is, can it still be your friend after dogs, traffic, and groceries, and a bulldog that has a lot of opinion?
This is also where Mini benefits. Mini has always sold personality, quick steering, distinctive design, compact proportions, and a sense of fun. But a 48-hour test drive turns that personality into proof. It lets shoppers discover whether the car is not just cute or clever, but usable, comfortable, and confidence-building.
And here's the bigger story with this test drive. It went from a sales tactic to buyer protection.
CDK Global, a major dealership technology and retail research company, found that 78% of buyers said the test drive alone sold them on the vehicle they purchased. More than half said that the chance to test drive was the top reason they bought at a dealership instead of online. In other words, the drive still closes the deal.
And other car companies are changing the test drive too. Some are open 24 hours, some deliver cars to your front door. Apparently, Progress has keys.
CarMax offers 24-hour test drives at participating stores, but limits your mileage. Genesis Concierge can help arrange test drives starting at the customer's front door, but I'm not sure I want a car dealership at my house. Hyundai Shopper Assurance has included flexible test drives at a customer's chosen location. The old test drive is no longer one thing. It becomes home delivery, solo driving, longer loans, app access, and real-world trial time. I haven't found any quite as good as the 48-hour Mini test drive.
The 48-hour test drive is still the great American test drive, only it's grown up a lot. A test drive needs to be more than a lap around the block. I'm Nick Miles, and I love my job.
B2News.com.
Welcome back. A warning tonight for parents of teens.
Yes, there's a new viral social media trend circulating online, and 2822's Paula Giacomo is here with details in her preview on tonight's Paula's Parenting Playbook. Paula, what is this trend? I think I kind of know about it.
Well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah,
But it's
authorities are sounding the alarm about a dangerous viral social media trend known as the Benadryl Challenge.
Yes.
It started in 2020, and it's been picking up steam ever since. It's called Chasing the Hat Man. Police say some teenagers are intentionally taking excessive amounts of the over-the-counter allergy medication, Benadryl, or even Zyrtec in an attempt to get high and hallucinate. Then they post the videos online for likes and views. The Wyoming County District Attorney Joe Peters recently issued a public warning on the District Attorney's Office Facebook page, urging parents to lock up medications, properly dispose of unused pills, and to talk with their children about the dangers of social media challenges. The DA says several teens between 12 and 14 have died from this trend, and he feels an obligation to warn parents, caregivers, even teachers. Doctors say that taking large doses of Benadryl can cause delirium, seizures, dangerous heart problems like heart attacks, and even death.
Wow.
They urge parents to seek emergency medical care immediately if they suspect an overdose. Severe side effects of Benadryl could take up to 4 days to subside. Why you would want to do this is beyond me. While there is no Pennsylvania law requiring identification to purchase over-the-counter medications like Benadryl, some pharmacy chains have their own age restrictions. Authorities also warn that teens may still be able to purchase the medication online. Now, like certain medications like NyQuil, anything that has alcohol, kids can't just buy those. But Benadryl, since it doesn't really have alcohol in it, anyone can just buy it off the shelf. So it can be really dangerous because doctors say no drug is safe. So if you abuse it, obviously it can cause severe side effects, even death.
And you don't think of that when it's just, oh, it's over the counter. So
kids think they're invincible. Their brains aren't fully formed yet.
Honestly.
They're watching kids post these videos. They see them coming out of it like it's a success. Like, oh, I got through it. I'm so cool. So then they want to try it, and they think they're invincible, and they don't think anything bad can happen to them. And then the DA also says, parents use phones as like a babysitter. And he says, if you don't pay attention to what your kids are doing online or when they're sitting in their rooms, this is the kind of thing that can happen. It's been happening in Texas, Connecticut. So he just really wants parents to heed the warning.
Paula's Parenting Playbook tonight, 4 and 5 on WBRE, and then again at 7 o'clock on WYOU. Also, it's great information. And here is a public service announcement for any kid watching.
Yes.
If you want to go viral, if you want to get likes, you are invited to come on the couch.
Do not take no pills.
The PA Live Kitchen. No. You come here, you do anything but that, and we will give you a platform so you have all the content you need for social media.
Yeah.
Let's see, wouldn't that be amazing if someone reached out and said,
let me take it.
Well, if you want to get on TV, like, here's to you, kid. Do something worthwhile, and then you can get a lot of attention or publicity, which is kind of what they're looking for.
Attention for the right reasons.
Exactly.
For the right reasons.
Yes,
We
good
love
point.
that. Paula, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Before we head to break, let's see what's going on with Tammany Blackwell.
I'm Tammany Blackwell. Before we plan our weekend, scan the QR code on your screen so you can see the full list of Independence Day events. Pack a blanket, grab your family and friends, and head out to enjoy food and festivities in one of the city's most scenic spots, Kirby Park. The old-fashioned 4th of July celebration is back for a full day of family fun that keeps you in the patriotic spirit all day long. And when the sun goes down, the night will light up with fireworks beginning between 9 and 9:30 p.m. And in the spirit of America's 250th birthday, check out an unforgettable production of 1776. This show brings history to life in a powerful, funny, and surprisingly relatable way. Take a journey with some of our presidents to see what it took to sign the Declaration of Independence. And close out your weekend at the Everhart Museum. Their America 250 We the People exhibit takes you on a journey through the nation's founding, formation, and evolution. You'll also see highlights like the impact of Sullivan's March through northeastern Pennsylvania, alongside replicas from Colonial Williamsburg and Reproduction Revolutionary War era gear. If you're ever searching for something to do in our city, check out our community calendar on 2822news.com. I hope you guys have an amazing 4th of July weekend. That is all that I have for you guys, and I'll see you guys around NAPA.
have a Wawa.
Before we wrap up our show, let's thank our sponsors for Thursday, July 2nd, the Pennsylvania World Cup Fan Zone, Scranton, BCI Retail, and Neil Caiazzo Publications. Thanks for making today's show possible.
And for today's hot video, let's take a look at this. You are seeing that right, guys. This is a giraffe eating a burger, and the meal that he is eating is a clue for his name. He is actually named Big Mac, and he is eating a Big Mac. Now, Big Mac the giraffe was given a special fitting meal, a specially made vegetarian version of the McDonald's burger with some healthy macaron cookies, all for his birthday. But as you expect, he was more interested in the lettuce than anything else. Now, Big Mac lives at the Maryland Zoo if you want to go check him out. And he first arrived there at the end of last year. And since then, he settled in, becoming the 5th member of the zoo's giraffe herd. The way you just honked.
That's funny. Our next hot video. Babies are reaping the benefits of the nation's 250th birthday. The Social Security Administration announced a Social Security card for children who are born in the United States between July 2nd, that's yesterday, today, and December 31st, celebrating the big anniversary of American independence.
Wait, that's not fair to everyone born before July 2nd.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's not fair. I feel like if they were going to do that, they should have started on July 4th
Yeah,
then.
it probably just came to them, though.
Oh, that ain't fair.
But now, I mean, go back to January. Was everyone talking about America 250?
Honestly, I was about to say I'm sick of 250 now.
Well, no, everyone started talking about it more recently because it's gearing up to July 4th.
Because it's really close, yeah. Well, guys, if you didn't see this yesterday, I don't know where you were. This duo managed to make their way to the top of the Empire State Building's transmission tower, where they displayed a sign with a message about love. Now, before the 32-year-old man proposed to the 33-year-old woman. Now, the couple, both from New Jersey, face a number of charges, including burglary, reckless endangerment, criminal trespass, and disorderly conduct. I want to know how they got up there.
Well, they're professional daredevils. So
that's what they are?
Yeah, go on their social media pages. You'll see other feats that they have successfully.
But okay, so how did they get?
Correct.
From this video, it looks like they have nothing on.
They don't.
So like how? Y'all are stressing me out.
It's like you wonder how they first got into the Empire State Building. Were they on a tour? Did they jump a fence?
How'd they get past all the extra security
locks?
stuff?
Do they break locks?
But did no one else see them? Like,
But you know, another thing with New York City, as you know, everything goes in New York. So often people just turn a blind eye because there's always something crazy going on.
Oh, shout out to both of them for being able to do that. But child. No. When I saw that,
Come on, PA Live for the wedding. Let's do it. Let's do it. Happy 4th, everyone. Here's Julie Mark Hiller with First at 4.